Peace, it's Equality Fragrances coming to you from Prince George's County, Maryland. Welcome to my cipher. A cipher is a person, place, a thing within my circumference. The understanding of my cipher is peace. For all those new to the channel and those who have been supporting me since day one, I humbly appreciate all your support. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified when I drop some new videos. All of that goes a long way in helping the channel grow, and it costs you nothing to do. It's about 40% of y'all who still are watching my videos not subscribed. I would love to have your subscription to my channel. If you have any questions for me, do not forget to follow me on IG. Keyword follow me on IG, and at least send me a message. I reply to all inbox messages to those who are followed to me. With that being said, come on in, sit down, and let's build. Today, I'm gonna be giving you 10 recommendations of fragrances to wear to the gym. Now, before we start, people might say, well, why are you wearing a fragrance to the gym? It's distracting. You trying to pick up girls? If you say that, I might torch you, because you're probably not a person who really goes to the gym and gets it in, and you probably spend a lot of time on your cell phone, so you're not even qualified to go back and forth with me when it comes to really putting in work. But my idea is this: that's, as a fragrance head, that's dumb as hell. Why? Because I do not leave the house or go anywhere without smelling like something. I wear fragrance all the time, 365, 24/7. The gym is no exception. With that same mindset, what you there to pick up girls? Well, when you go to work and you wear a fragrance, what are you there to pick up girls? The next question, well, it's a little distracting. If funk isn't distracting to you, but a smell of something soapy and clean is distracted to you, again, you don't really get it in, and you lack discipline. If something like that can throw you off, you just lack discipline, me and you aren't the same. So that's issue number one. That's like saying, well, when you go to work and you're smelling good, are you distracted and you can't get your work done? See what I'm saying? Now, if you're somebody who have like 5 or 6 fragrances, I would understand why you wouldn't wear it, because you might see it as a waste. But for me, I have well over 100 fragrances. If I do not wear these fragrances, even I wear multiple fragrances a day sometimes, I will die before I run out of fragrances. And that's if I don't buy anything else. So I have to wear these fragrances. Now, what is a gym scent and how would I qualify that? First and foremost, in full transparency, every fragrance I own, I have worn to the gym. It goes back to wear what you like, when you like, forget the hype, right? And the reason for that is I do a lot of testing in the gym, because as my body temperature rises, it falls, I can get a gauge on what that fragrance is going to do in situations. So when those certain situations show up, I know exactly how many sprays, when to wear it, how to wear it. It gives me a nice rough estimate on what I should do with those fragrances. But me not testing fragrance, if I was going to qualify a gym scent, it would be something fresh, clean, maybe a little soapy, so we're looking at some musk in there, woody, and maybe aquatic. I also don't want something that's too loud. Now, you can wear Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum or Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum to the gym, but that's just a really loud fragrance. I want something that's gonna set relatively almost a little closer to skin, is not too loud, and the performance is probably lacking, because I'm only gonna spend an hour in there. So those fragrances that I own that may only get 3 good hours or 4 good hours of longevity, those are typically the fragrances I wear to the gym. All these 10 fragrances at this point, maybe outside of one, and I'll tell you which one it is, I only wear these fragrances to the gym. I don't wear them anywhere else. Now, if you own these fragrances and you wear them outside the gym, good for you. I'm not saying you're wrong or you are right. I'm just telling you what I do. So with that being said, I'm gonna bring up 10, no honorable mentions. We're gonna try to keep it short and sweet. Let's start the show. These fragrances are in no particular order, so we're gonna start it off. The first fragrance we're gonna talk about is a fragrance that has been in Fragcon forever. It probably will make everybody's gym scent. It is like a $16 fragrance. You cannot go wrong. I only wear this fragrance when working out, going to the gym, or doing some sort of activity, and that's Nautica Voyage. What you get here, you get that nice crisp apple, you have some greenness in there, and a combination of some of these accords create this cucumber-like scent. It's musky, right? And that's where you're getting a lot of soapiness from, and you have that cedar wood. You have that cedar wood, I believe, oak moss, that woody base. So it becomes soapy and woody in the late dry down with that fresh greenness from like this cucumber-like accord. Absolutely phenomenal. It will make everybody's list, and that's Nautica Voyage. The next fragrance I'll be discussing is another clean fragrance. It's slightly aquatic and yet soapy. And this is coming from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, and this is Aqua Essenziali Colonia. This has that Italian cologne kind of scent to it. This is a very good one to wear to the gym, and it's affordable. You can find this for under $20 for a 50 ml. That's all you need. Now, if you love Neroli and Orange Blossom, which is almost this soapy citrus, is what I kind of interpreted in this particular composition, that's what you get. It's also slightly aquatic and watery. It's aromatic and has a nice woody base. Everything that you need in a nice gym scent. Is not overly offensive, and it's not a beast of a projection scent. But you're gonna leave a nice scent trail as you walk by people using those equipments. And that's Aqua Essenziali Colonia. Next up on the list is another affordable fragrance. I think most of these are all affordable fragrance. All of them should be under $50. You should be able to find most of these. And this is from the house of Chrome, and it's Chrome Azaro Sport. If you are familiar with Versace Man Eau Fraiche, this is very similar to that composition for even half the price. And you can find that fragrance at discounted. I think I paid $20 for this. What you're gonna get? You're gonna get a lot of citruses. It's a little aquatic. It's green, musky, woody base. So it's a little soapy, citrusy, spicy, aquatic, woody fragrance. The best way to describe it. Longevity performance, again, it's not going to push out. It sets relatively close, but for the first hour, you're going to get a nice scent trail and a nice push out as your body temperature raises. This is going to go well. You can wear this casually if that's something you want to do, but like I said before, I literally reserve this just for the gym. It's just like when I like to wear it. When I'm going out and doing other things, I like to wear other fragrances, which I own. But not a bad scent, especially for an affordable price. And that's Chrome Azaro Sport. Next up is a fragrance I truly enjoy. This scent is just one that I also will wear out and about casually, depending on what I'm doing, because the performance is kind of lackluster. I get about a good solid 3 to 4 hours, 4.5 if I'm pushing it. But for those at least first hour and a half, it's a very good scent. This is from the house of Guerlain, and this is Guerlain Homme Eau de Toilette. Now, this is the old presentation. Actually, I think this particular one is discontinued, and they only have the parfum now that you can buy. But you might be able to find this for discounters, and I believe this was in the $30 range. What you get is mint, lime, mojito. So you get this nice, refreshing mojito feel to the fragrance. It's woody, spicy with the mint and geranium. So it's spicy, woody, and that mojito booziness. And if anybody who's ever had a mojito, you know when it's really hot outside, that's a nice, refreshing drink to take in. So that's Guerlain Homme Eau de Toilette. The next fragrance on this list is another good fragrance because the performance is abysmal. So it makes for a really great gym scent. You cannot overspray this fragrance. This is coming from the house of Issey Miyake. I have about 3 or 4 Issey Miyake fragrances I could have chose, but I'm going with this one, and that's L'Eau Bleu de Issey Eau Fraiche. Now, this fragrance right here, you see blue, you think it's a blue scent. No, it's not. You can get bergamot, mint, but what I mostly get is a lot of musk and earthy woodiness, which is coming from the patchouli. So it's a little aromatic. You have that bergamot and mint that adds some citrus, a little spicy, but you have a lot, and I mean a lot of musk, and that patchouli is pronounced in here. It's earthy and it's woody. It's not overly soily. It's something crazy like hippie style, but it rounds out the fragrance. A good fragrance to have. You only gonna get about 4 hours on this, 4.5. You cannot overspray this fragrance. Great gym scent. and that's L'Eau Bleu de Izzy Eau Fraiche. Next up is a nice, clean, soapy, woody fragrance. This is coming from the house of Ferrari, and this is Bright Neroli. Another fragrance you can find for in the $20 range, which is pretty much what it's worth. I couldn't see myself paying 40 or 50 or even more for this fragrance. Now, this has been compared to a good, affordable alternative to Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. I get that, but the quality isn't there. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it has this $150 quality Neroli. It just doesn't. I'm going to be honest with you, but it's good enough to wear to the gym. It does. I get about 4.5, 5 hours on this. Nothing more, nothing less. Just overall clean. What you get is those white florals. You get Neroli and orange blossoms, so you get that soapy citrus with the woody base. And you have some other citruses up there, but the most I get is Neroli and orange blossom with vetiver and I believe patchouli, a nice earthy woody base with a vanillic undertone, which comes from the amber. Good scent for the gym, and that's Bright Neroli. Up next is a fragrance that the fragrance community was absolutely hyping. Now, I get why they was sicing this thing up, but when I got it, I was like, it's a mediocre fragrance. But for the price that you pay for, which is like $16 to $10, it's not a bad fragrance. If you're somebody in your 20s or you just want to give a nice summer gift out, it's not a bad fragrance to wear. I reserve this only for the gym. Maybe if I'm doing a Walmart run and coming home and doing nothing else, I might spritz this on in the summertime. But this is from the house of Original Penguin, and this is premium blend. I have the black bottle and the blue bottle from them as well, and they're all okay. What you get here is something that's aquatic, like sea salt, green, soapy, which is really musky. It's really super musky. So you get that soapy feel with a woody base. That's what you get. Yeah, you got some brightness. I believe mint and bergamot might be up top. So you get that kind of citrusy feel to it, but that subsides very quick. And I start getting this woody, aquatic, musky scent is what I get. But that's great for the gym. You out there, you sweating, you really can't overspray this. 10, 7, 15 sprays or whatever. Like, you're not gonna fill up a room with this, but you will smell nice and clean, especially working out in the gym during the summertime. And that's Original Penguin Premium Blend. Next up is a fragrance that doesn't get discussed about that often. It's a blue fragrance. I know Ross over at TLTG Reviews has discussed this fragrance a couple times on this channel. You can find this for around a $20 mark at your TJ Maxx and Marshalls and fragrances of that nature. And this is Michael Kors Extreme Blue. Another blue fragrance that is just flies under the radar, and I understand why. But this is just a very nice, masculine, clean fragrance. Extremely versatile. What you get that bergamot up top. It's very spicy. I believe pink pepper. I believe it has some clary sage. It's extremely aromatic and it's soapy. It's musky. So you get that spicy, aromatic, citrus, soapy fragrance is what you get with this. It just works. Again, if you wear this and somebody walk by, they'll be like, oh yeah, a man's been in here. That's what it smells like. And that's Michael Kors Extreme Blue. Next up is a fragrance I kind of like a lot, to be honest. I've worn this fragrance quite some time, even outside of the gym. If I was gonna do a list on affordable spring and summer fragrances, or if I was going to do a white t-shirt fragrance list, what is a white t-shirt fragrance list where it's so hot out there you only want to wear a white t-shirt and a fragrance that's not like overly sticky? That would what I consider a white t-shirt fragrance. Or some of my favorite citrus fragrance lists, this would probably make all 4 of those lists. And this is coming from the house of Rochas, and this is Eau de Rochas Home. Just a phenomenal scent. If you like fragrances like Dior's Eau Sauvage Cologne, you will like this fragrance. Longevity wise, I'm getting about a good 4 hours on it. So depending on what you're doing during the daytime, it's a nice day scent. What do you get? I get lemon and lime, a lot of it. So it's a really lemony scent. Some could say it's that lemon cleaner, but it just smells actually a quality lemon to me. I would understand if somebody said you get that lemon pledge kind of feel to it. It's green, it's woody, and it's slightly musky to add some soapiness and cleanness to the composition. Great fragrance for the price that you can get it for. And that's Rochas Eau de Rochas Home. Last but not least is a fragrance that was getting a lot of hype about a year and a half ago. This fragrance has been compared to a popular niche fragrance. To me, they don't smell alike, but I do understand why people would say that, especially within the first 10 minutes of the fragrance. And that fragrance from the house of Mont Blanc, and this is Mont Blanc Explorer. Now, in the first 10 minutes, you may be reminded of Creed Aventus, and that's because that juicy pineapple, that juicy bergamot almost comes off like a nice, ripe pineapple. But after wearing this for a period of time, I just smell it as actual bergamot. What I get with this fragrance is bergamot, woodiness, and a lot of ambroxan. That is pretty much what this fragrance is, which is so far different from Creed Aventus. This has become one of my new go-to reaches for the gym. I don't really wear this casually because when I want that Creed Aventus style of a fragrance to wear, I typically rather reach for Creed Aventus, I reach for Hasselblad, or I reach for Orion. That's kind of my go-to reaches when I want that DNA. But if you wear this casually, you're not wrong for wearing anything you want to wear. Just for me, this is a good gym scent for me. Longevity wise, I only get about 5.5, maybe 6.5 hours total with this composition. So, and the best part of it is really within the first hour, and then it's kind of made of me after a while. But other than that, I'm only gonna be an hour in the gym. This is good for that hour, and that's Mont Blanc Explorer. So those were my 10 gym scent recommendations for 2021. Now, these aren't the best, the end all to be all, but this is just kind of what I'm reaching for within my collection that I generally wear to the gym and I reach for the most. Again, if you don't wear a fragrance to the gym, I understand. Some people don't. I get it. But for those of us who like smelling good 24/7, no matter where we are, these are some good recommendations to reach for. With that being said, thank you all for taking the time out your day to watch the video. I'm gonna leave you the way I greeted you, and that's in universal language of peace.